Money or wealth is energy that you can attract into your
Correct.
life.
When we grow up with these kind of beliefs कि पैसे पेड़ पे नहीं उगते या पैसा कमाना मुश्किल है, the important part is to remember that we have somewhere stopped questioning it.
How does this scarcity mindset affect financial decisions?
जितना हम सोच सकते हैं उतना हम पा सकते हैं.
पैसों की एक भाषा होती है. What is an abundant mindset with money?
Abundance is the levels of consciousness. People like Ambani, people like Tata. What is their level of consciousness? Having of means doesn't lead to that thinking. It's the thinking that leads to the means and the having. People like Elon Musk, once upon a time had nothing.
Correct.
Experience is the most expensive way of learning. ऐसे लोगों के जितने नजदीक रहोगे उतना जल्दी उनकी कॉन्शियसनेस आप में ट्रांसफर. आइडेंटिफाई योर मनी ब्लॉक्स. व्हाट इज अ मनी ब्लॉक? वीड लव टू गिव अवे दिस पर्टिकुलर लेसन टू आवर ऑडियंस फ्री. डिटेल्ड एक्सरसाइज टू आइडेंटिफाई ऑल योर ब्लॉक्स. सेकंड स्टेप वुड बी टू नाउ रिलीज द नेगेटिव इमोशंस. टेक्निक कॉल्ड इमोशनल फ्रीडम टेक्निक.
What kind of mindset, according to you, do the top 1% of the world have whether it comes to millionaires or billionaires?
They are not guilty for having luxury. They feel they deserve it. At the energy level, we are all one. तो बिल गेट्स भी एनर्जी है, आप भी एनर्जी हो. सो एनीथिंग दैट बिल गेट्स डिजर्व्स, यू डिजर्व.
Take definitely big steps, like enter into the shops of your choice, which you used to not do it earlier.
How do I motivate myself to go to that level? A lot of people who are not motivated, is not the problem that they can't take action. The motive is missing. The $1 billion in itself is meaningless. Each of these people have a reason of why they want to do what they want. A lot of people are in love with the end result without in love with being the process of being there.
What is the 5 steps that people can do to actively change their financial condition and generate more wealth?
Don't do affirmations as a new activity. Do it while brushing your teeth.
I've lent a lot of money to somebody and they don't seem to be giving it back. What can I do to turn this around? I'm drowning in credit card debt. What steps can I take to shift my mindset and energy towards abundance?
I'm 100% responsible for what's happening. This is not happening to me. It puts that power back to you. A person who's lost a job is only insecure because he feels that's the only skill I had. I love success and failure both. Because money is an energy which brings both. When the failures become worth your success, तब तो success करने का मजा आता है. Whenever you're starting using law of attraction for money specifically, start with this master affirmation.
Is financial security truly a far-fetched dream, or are you just looking at it wrong? Hi, I'm Karishma Mehta and welcome to Realign the podcast, where we simplify the concepts of science, spirituality and well-being to help you navigate the complexities of modern life. Life coaches with over 2 decades of experience and fan favorites on this channel, Indu and Mitesh Khatri, return to Realign with a mission to help you transform your financial future. From being door-to-door salesman to becoming a successful manifestation and lifestyle coach, Mitesh's journey is a testament to the true power of manifestation. With their unique approach, Indu and Mitesh have guided countless individuals to financial success by teaching them how to rewire their brain for an abundant mindset. In this episode, we discuss powerful manifestation techniques for financial growth, how to cultivate an abundance mindset, and actionable steps to overcome limiting beliefs about money. We'll also explore their success stories and practical advice for achieving financial freedom. It's time to realign mind, body, and soul. We're back, and it's part 2 of a very interesting episode. So very excited, and I hope you all are still excited as this conversation proceeds.
Absolutely.
Because we're going to be talking about something that I think every person should listen to, which is money.
Yes.
And the very many different theories on why there is a negative association with money and making money and making lots of money, which comes with a combination of different things, right? Things that we're told in our childhood, the beliefs that we have as we grow up, what colleagues say, what other people say, what peers say, what our teachers have said when we grow up, a whole gamut of things that lead you to believe that having money is a bad thing.
Correct.
But I believe it's a very good thing, and I know that you guys believe it's a very good thing. So we're here to talk about that. So my first question is something interesting that you said actually in the previous part 1 of this episode, which we'll link down below, which is that money or wealth is energy. And from that point, you can attract, right? Because it is ultimately and fundamentally energy that you can attract into your life. So let's talk about how is money energy, and then we'll go very deep into wealth and making wealth.
Done. Firstly, thank you for calling us again. Super excited to be here third time. It's really amazing. Yes, so answering your question, what is money and why is money energy? Because everything in the universe is energy. There is no thing about why is something energy or not. Everything is energy. For that matter, how do we attract money in our life, or how do we receive money? We receive money when we deliver a service or a product or something that we deliver to somebody else. That physical manifestation, or sometimes a virtual manifestation, something like a podcast like this, is also energy in itself. And hence, what you receive back in form is also energy. So everything is energy, and hence money is also energy. There's nothing unique about that.
Okay. Okay, that's a great explanation. So let's go to the root. When we're growing up, one of the common things that we hear is कि पैसे पेड़ पे नहीं उगते.
Absolutely. I think सबके घर में ऐसा.
Work hard. Money is very difficult to come by. पैसे ऐसे नहीं मिलते.
Right.
ऐसे बहुत कुछ चीज़ें we grow up listening to.
Absolutely.
How does that condition us as we grow into adults, and what does that impact our relationship with money?
Beautiful question. So it impacts us because over a period of time, anything I hear for too long, कोई भी चीज़ बहुत ज़्यादा सुन लेता हूँ, तो आदत हो जाती है उस चीज़ की, familiarity आ जाती है उस चीज़ की, automatically, right? अगर जैसे पुराने ज़माने में अगर देखो तो बोलते थे a girl should not work outside the house. अब बहुत साल सुन लो तो आदत हो जाती है.
Correct.
So I remember my mom never even questioned that idea. Okay, to an extent that mom never even wanted to go out of the country for some reason, even though she did work in her own way. But that conditioning is so strong that we stop questioning it. So a lot of times when we grow up with these kind of beliefs कि पैसे पेड़ पे नहीं उगते या पैसा कमाना मुश्किल है, the important part is to remember that we have somewhere stopped questioning it. So I would say सवाल पूछना शुरू करो कि are our beliefs really true? Because many times we doubt our beliefs, but we don't really question our beliefs. We need to start questioning it. Is it working for me? Is it not working for me?
And this leads me to the next question, which is about scarcity mindset. कि मेरे पास कम है या मुझे इस लिमिट तक I have to live my life.
Correct.
How does this scarcity mindset affect financial decisions or affect your relationship with wealth? Because बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं कि उनके purview में ही नहीं है कि मैं इससे आगे बढ़ पाऊँ.
Correct.
तो what is a scarcity mindset?
So very simple. जितना हम सोच सकते हैं उतना हम पा सकते हैं. So scarcity doesn't start with having amount of money first. Scarcity starts with the thought itself. Like I'll give you my example. Many years ago when I was making, I remember 50,000 rupees a month, and I desired to make 1 lakh a month. तो मेरा एक दोस्त है, his name is Rahul, and we are best friends, and we talk about manifestation very regularly. We are like law of attraction buddies. So I called him up one day. I said, यार manifest नहीं हो रहा है, 1 लाख नहीं हो रहा है, काफ़ी टाइम से कर रहा हूँ. And he said, क्या करेगा अगर 1 लाख हो गया तो? I said, जो अभी कर रहा हूँ वही करूँगा. नहीं, but करेगा क्या? Let's say तेरी इनकम 50,000 बढ़ गई, क्या करोगे? मैंने कहा पता नहीं.
Basically, why do you want
Why do you want 1 lakh?
वो एक्सेस के साथ करोगे क्या?
करोगे क्या?
करेक्ट.
So I realized कि मेरे मुंह से निकल गया कि एक्चुअली राहुल ज़रूरत नहीं है, जो चल रहा है सब ठीक ही है, ऐसा कोई इशू नहीं है लाइफ में. तो बोला फिर कमाना क्यों है? यार सब कमा रहे हैं तो मैं भी सोच रहा हूँ कमा लूँ डबल. So I realized that's not a good enough reason to make more money. Scarcity वही थी कि जो है वो काफ़ी है, अगर पैसा ज़्यादा आ भी गया तो उसका करूँगा क्या? बट बिकॉज हमको लगता है रीचेबल नहीं है, हम ये डिसाइड कर लेते हैं कि ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. दैट इज़ द मोस्ट डेंजरस साइन व्हेन वी जस्टिफाई टू आवरसेल्व्स आई डोंट नीड इट.
कि मैं करूँगा क्या?
हाँ, मैं करूँगा क्या उसका. तो जिस चीज़ की अप्रिसिएशन नहीं होगी वो अप्रिशिएट नहीं होगी. व्हाट यू कांट अप्रिशिएट डजंट अप्रिशिएट इन योर लाइफ.
करेक्ट.
द मोर आई स्टार्टेड अप्रिशिएटिंग मनी एंड इट्स नीड इन माई लाइफ, money started appreciating in my life. It started growing. So scarcity mindset is not about कितना है आपके पास. Scarcity mindset is आप कितना चाहते हो और उसकी आपके पास कितनी explanation है, उसकी आपके पास कितनी ज़रूरत है और कितना justification है clearly कि मुझे ये चाहिए और क्यों चाहिए.
Okay. So let's talk about the flip side, abundance mindset. कि money loves me and I love money and I have a great abundant relationship with money, and I know this because and I've developed this. पहले मैं भी I was limited, right? कि money is doesn't grow on trees. You don't have to be conservative. But money की पैसों की एक भाषा होती है. कि if you speak the language and you understand and you get the vibrational energy with money, you know that you're vibrating at a different frequency and
Correct.
it comes. And you have no idea how it comes into your life, but it does. And the attitude towards money is the most important.
Absolutely.
How do you react to, say, if a particular thing is giving you less money or you make less amount of money because of XYZ reason? Do you think this is what I deserve? Or do you think that kahin aur se aa jayenge? There's a fundamental attitude shift also towards money that you have. So talk to me about an abundance mindset. What is an abundant mindset with money?
Your perspective?
Yeah. So abundant mindset, as per me, is having the generosity.
Okay.
When you are
I knew you should say that.
when you are talking to a friend, buying something for a friend, or giving a tip, or anything, you're helping anybody, your house help, your people outside. What do you think? If you are generously giving, then you are thinking that you are abundant and you have that kind of money and you can afford to give it. For example, when you are buying a gift for your friend, don't buy the gift as per the person's ability. Buy the gift as per your status. So we end up gifting to all our friends as per our status. So what you are buying is not as per the person's status, as per your status. So if you can afford it, and that time when you're buying, if you don't think that itna dene se mera kam ho jayega, if you're not calculating that okay इसने मुझे 5,000 का दिया तो मुझे 5,000 का ही देना है, मुझे 6 का नहीं देना है या 10 का नहीं देना है, then you are thinking abundant. So when you are putting your hand in the purse for tipping, when you are putting your hand in the purse to just help your house help, if you are generously helping, then I think you feel abundant.
Yeah,
And if you
answer.
are feeling कि नहीं ये कम हो जाएगा, मेरा पैसा कम हो जाएगा, then you are anyways not thinking abundant. You are feeling that you're in scarcity.
Like you're already starting from मेरे पास कम है
मेरे पास
Exactly.
mindset.
हाँ.
Okay.
तो मैं बचा लेती हूँ, अपने लिए बचा लेती हूँ.
Makes a lot of sense. So for me, abundance is the levels of consciousness. Because when we say abundance, it's different for different people, right? What are the levels of abundance consciousness? Let's understand that. बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं जो दिन का ही सोचते हैं. उनकी consciousness day to day चलती है. आज की कमाई, आज का खाना. आप देखोगे लोग बहुत सारे हैं जो आज ही के कमाई पे जी रहे हैं. उनकी consciousness वहाँ तक है. तो उनका abundance, if you ask them what is abundance, कल का खाना आज डिसाइड हो जाए तो abundance हो गया. अगर कल के लिए आज ना सोचना पड़े तो वाह पार्टी हो गई. So their level of abundance is very different. Whereas, what is a higher level of consciousness? There are people who think monthly.
Many, majority.
A lot of people think monthly कि भाई monthly salary आएगी तो ये करेंगे तो ये करेंगे तो ये करेंगे. So अगर अगले 3 महीने का मिल गया तो वाह बढ़िया है. So a lot of people who calculate financial freedom would calculate 1-2 साल का saving हो जाए. Okay, if I don't have to work for the next 2 years and I still have that money with me, that's abundance. Then there is another level of abundance of, let's say, yearly or 2 yearly consciousness. Entrepreneurs, they're thinking 2 years ahead. But now let's go to a very high level of abundance, which is higher consciousness, if I may say. Not just having more money, but the having of the more money comes from the consciousness, the thinking level. क्योंकि उसी में तो energy है ना, उस सोच में ही तो energy है. So another higher level would be people like Ambani's, people like Tata. What is their level of consciousness? Are they thinking yearly? Are they planning for 2 years? No, they're planning 50 years ahead.
But that's also because you have the means to do it.
Yeah.
There's again a dichotomy. Because,
Good question.
Yeah, because if I have the means, if I have billions of dollars, I can think 2,000 years ahead also. I'll plan for when we're flying in space cars as opposed to now, because I have the means and the abundance to do it. But
Thank
what
you.
about people who do not have that?
Thank you for that amazing thought. This is actually not true.
Okay.
The having of means doesn't lead to that thinking. It's the thinking that leads to the means and the having. To give you an example, people like Elon Musk once upon a time had nothing.
Correct.
But they had the guts and the, I use the word audacity. सिंपल हिंदी में हिम्मत है इन लोगों में इतना सोचने की कि मैं एक रॉकेट बना लूं जो ऊपर जाके नीचे आ जाए. I mean, the guy had no resources to say that he can do that. He didn't even have
No
the
knowledge
scientific
also.
knowledge. Yeah.
No knowledge also.
To the least scientific knowledge भी नहीं था उसके पास कि कैसे करेगा. But he had that thinking, he had that consciousness कि मुझे I have to do something for this earth. That after I die, I want something good to happen behind me for 100 years. Yeah, just imagine the level of consciousness. for him to think at that level. And then from that thinking, because now he believes that I can do this, he starts to take action to develop those resources, develop those means, create that funding, take that action and make it happen. So it's not an accident that they have become who they have become. It is a result of their energy that they have manifested that.
I'll give you another example. So Mitesh, when he met me, I mean, in the earlier episode we discussed that he was not making any money. But when we met, I was making around 1.5 lakh rupees a month kind of thing. And this guy used to come and stand there and say कि मैं ना एक दिन 1 लाख रुपए per day कमाऊंगा. I used to really
This
think.
was 25 years ago.
I used to really think ये पागल हो गया है और ये कुछ तो सोचते रहता है. But he really had that audacity then to think that he will make 1 lakh rupees a day. And of course now he makes much more than that per day. But then he had that thinking power. And that is what has led him here. And that's from there we started with 10,000 rupees a day, 50,000 rupees a day, 1 lakh rupees a day, then 2 lakh rupees a day, and so on and so forth. But if he was not thinking that way, then I don't think he would have reached where he has reached today.
That's what I learned from my mentor. That's levels of consciousness. So you develop that levels of consciousness. Now, yes, we can also argue that some people get that level of consciousness because of their upbringing in their families. Again, people like Ambani's, or for an example, Elon Musk would naturally transfer that consciousness to his children, which is perfect. But it's not necessary that I can't develop it.
Okay.
I can.
So talk to me about developing it.
Okay. So starting to develop first starts with, how do I go to anybody's consciousness? Let's say I want to, again, I'll take the same example I took it in the last podcast. If I want to become a podcaster, instead of learning from scratch, which is what most people do, learning from experience, I would rather go to somebody who's already doing it at an amazing level and learn from excellence rather than learning from failure. You must have heard about this. People who are at an ordinary consciousness, they say, experience is the best way of learning. Correct? It's actually not true. Experience is the most expensive way of learning.
It is indeed.
I would rather learn from Karishma's experience rather than from my own experience, because she's already gone through 10 years of experience. Why should I redo that journey when I can learn from her in 1 year? So first level way of increasing consciousness, write down a desire that you have, and everybody has desires. I think naturally as human beings we have desires, and especially desires come when we get triggered by stimulations around us. आसपास कुछ देखते हैं तो मन होता है कि मेरे पास भी ये हो, मेरे पास भी वो हो. But अगर conscious नहीं हो तो consciousness अगर नहीं हो desire के साथ में तो attraction नहीं होती है. So desire पहले लिख लो, and now connect with some people who you can be close to increase your consciousness like them. Consciousness matlab kya? The way they think, what they believe, what they do. So if I can't meet Karishma personally, start watching her videos. Nowadays, we are in the world where it is so easy to know the richest person in the world by just reading their books.
Yeah.
Reading their podcasts, or going through their podcasts, reading their tweets, reading their LinkedIn posts. It is so easy to transfer consciousness today, faster than anything that we had 25 years ago. Right? So I would say first step, write down what you want and see who already has that. And be as close to those kind of people, read as much as you can, or be close to them as much as you can. The word is proximity. ऐसे लोगों के जितने नजदीक रहोगे उतना जल्दी उनकी consciousness आप में transfer होगी. Because energy is always transferred.
Yeah, it's osmosis.
Yes.
It's transfer, right?
It's transfer.
So what is the let's break it down in terms of steps, right? Like, I want to develop an abundant mindset and I want to make more money. I want to have more financial freedom. And the one thing that I think is important to mention here is that there is more than enough for everybody.
Absolutely.
It is an abundant universe. So like, if you guys are making money, I don't have to feel like, oh, my share is being eaten.
No.
There is more than
There is
enough. The
enough.
pie is very large.
Correct.
So I think that's a very important thing to say. But in terms of developing an abundant mindset, in terms of actionable steps, like, yes, one is let's be in the vicinity. Let's get the frequency of the people that you would potentially want to be like.
That's right.
What next?
Another step would be, on a piece of paper, this is something we do in the first lesson of Wealth Mastery course, where we say first identify your money blocks. There are, what is a money block? Our frequency. What is our frequency? Back to FTBA, feelings, thoughts, beliefs and actions. So on a piece of paper, write down, what do I feel about money? Write down those words. I feel stressed about money. I feel worried about money all the time. Now, some people would argue saying, but if I have less money, I will worry.
Yes.
Not true. There are people who are billionaires, are in losses, they're not worried. They're in more losses than you can imagine you could ever be. They're not worried because they don't have that frequency, they don't have that habit. Every emotion is a habit. So first write down what is the money frequency that is blocking me about money. Worry, stress, tensed, small thinking, or feeling lack all the time कि मेरे पास कम है हमेशा. What are the beliefs I have about money which are stopping me from growing in the area of money? So the first step would be to identify that belief, identify that FTBA. Okay, and as usual, we always give away something. So we'd love to give away this particular lesson to our audience free, where you don't have to pay anything. Just go through this lesson. The link is in the description. We'll give you a detailed exercise to identify all your blocks in one go. 45 minutes lagega.
Yeah.
But you go through that 45 minutes exercise, you'll come to know what your blocks are.
Okay, that's awesome.
What are your money blocks?
What are your money blocks?
And everybody has some degree of money
course.
blocks.
Maybe,
Yeah.
even I would have.
Yeah.
Because if my desire is here and I'm here, there is a difference in my consciousness, in my frequency current and my frequency of my desire. To bridge the gap, पहले ये तो देखूं कि मेरा current frequency में गड़बड़ क्या है. So that is that exercise. कि पहले देख लो मेरी feelings, thoughts, beliefs और actions में current क्या blocked है. That would be first step. Second step would be to now release the negative emotions. Why? Why is it so important? So let's say this is my frequency, right? Whatever is my income right now is always equivalent to my current frequency. Example, I'm making 1 lakh rupees a month. Okay, so if I'm making 1 lakh rupees a month, my feelings and beliefs are supporting that 1 lakh. Otherwise, I wouldn't make that 1 lakh. Fair? If I want to make 5 lakhs, will these same feelings and beliefs which are helping me make 1 lakh help me make 5?
Probably not.
No.
Obviously not. Like, it's not possible. I would have to increase my income, I would have to increase my feelings, thoughts, beliefs. That's my frequency. But in order to do that, this is locked here. ये एक जगह ब्लॉक हो गया आके. तो इसके जो ब्लॉक्स है इसको पहले रिलीज करने पड़ेंगे.
Okay. Tell me
That's
how.
the identification of that exercise. That where am I blocked? Now, how do you block that?
Yeah.
Let's say I have identified that one of my beliefs is, which in my case, if you remember a few minutes ago, I said, I don't need a bigger car. But you'll see we have this, if I may use for the lack of word politely, internally we all have this sweet hypocrisy. Where लोगों के साथ अरे यार मुझे नहीं चाहिए बड़ी गाड़ी. I am very happy with my small car. But when I see somebody driving in a beautiful car, I'm like, मस्त है यार, अच्छी life है. So there is this sweet hypocrisy within us कि चाहिए भी और नहीं होने की justification भी है कि नहीं है तो कोई बात नहीं. So उसको कहते हैं दिल बहलाने के लिए ख्याल अच्छा है गलत, वो वाली situation. So what I would do is first I will, now that I have identified कि ये मेरा belief मुझे रोक रहा है कि मुझे नहीं चाहिए, मुझे ज़रूरत नहीं है. Will this belief help me to go to 5 lakhs?
No.
No. तो अब उसको रिलीज करते हैं. तो रिलीज करने का एक बहुत अच्छा तरीका होता है EFT, which is a technique called emotional freedom technique, where it literally helps you release by tapping certain points on your body.
It's also called tapping technique.
It's also called a tapping technique. So we tap certain parts of your body which has meridian points because energy is locked always in that points of your body.
So let's go deeper. Let's go to the ABC of EFT. What is it?
Okay.
And how do we understand how to implement it?
Okay. So as I said, first identify the money blocks. मान लो मुझे पता चल गया कि मुझे पैसे को लेके बहुत स्ट्रेस आता है. अब जब तक वो स्ट्रेस की हैबिट बनी रहेगी, पैसा कमाऊंगा कैसे? एक्शन ही नहीं आएगा ठीक से. तो उस स्ट्रेस को तो रिलीज करना पड़ेगा. So for that we use a simple technique called EFT, जिसका full form है Emotional Freedom Technique or Emotional Freedom Tapping, where if you tap on certain parts of your body like this. So this is one part. It's called the karate chop point. You start here and you say, even though I am feeling stressed, I love and accept myself the way I am. So I'm not saying, why am I feeling stressed? I'm saying, even though I am stressed, I still love and accept myself the way I am.
You're acknowledging it.
I'm acknowledging it. Because when we are stressed about anything, the first person we are hating or not liking is ourselves. So the statement here is, I love and accept myself the way I am. And then we tap on specific meridian points, जो body के points पे हैं, जिनको हम energy points बोलते हैं. The more you tap here, in about 5 minutes, the way you feel about something gets released. उस area में you'll start feeling more relaxed automatically. And the way we do it is, मान लो अभी मुझे money का stress आ रहा है. तो I will ask, okay, at this point of time, how worried are you about money on a level of 1 to 10? And let's say a person on a Zoom call is saying 7. So, okay, so let's do one round of EFT. When they do one round of EFT, they actually feel at the end of it, अरे, I'm feeling more relaxed. I said, now let's test it. Let's think about your salary. Let's think about your expenses. And now check how you're feeling. And if it is still peaceful, I know that I have released some money blocks.
Okay.
तो ये बैठ के एक सारे blocks release करो. The more I feel relaxed in the area of money, the more I attract money.
Okay. Now, say for people watching, can you do a simple exercise that people can do while watching? Right
in
now.
terms of EFT?
Yes.
Okay,
It's very
simple.
simple.
So I would tap like this and I say, whatever emotion I am having, now the person who's watching may have
Scarcity.
I have lack, anything. Say, even though I am feeling this negative emotion for money, I love and accept myself the way I am. And then you say that word of that emotion and say the word release after that while tapping on these points. So you tap here and say, feeling lack, release, feeling lack, release, feeling lack, release, feeling lack, release, feeling lack,
It's
release.
a soft tapping.
It's a soft tapping, feeling lack, release, and then each finger on your hand. So feeling lack, release, feeling lack, release. Finished my 5 fingers. I come back here. This is my first full round where even though I was feeling lack, I love and accept myself the way I am. One round of this, a person feels different,
Okay.
including physical pain. So physical pain gets released. We've had people when on a workshop, I would say, does anybody here have pain on the call? And out of 500 people, 20 people are always there who have some headache, some knee pain, something. We do one round of EFT and the pain goes away in 5-10 minutes.
That's crazy.
Because pain is nothing but blocked energy. EFT helps release that energy. So that's one step.
You can do EFT with any block, any belief you have. Say the belief you were talking about, कि money doesn't grow on tree, or जितनी चादर है उतनी फैलाओ, या don't spend too much, money comes with lot of difficulties. You can actually write down each one of them and just keep doing that EFT round. If you do it like 4-5 rounds, you'll see that belief going away from you completely.
So, question on this is, right, that how does one know when they are releasing blocks and when they are transitioning towards change? Because
question.
What happens is that as human beings, we tend to go on experience. So, if I have experienced manifestation, it is far easier for me to apply any techniques
Correct.
that you say and absorb it. But if I've never experienced it, what may help in my journey of experiencing it, say पहली बार मैं कर रही हूँ कि अच्छा मैं सही रास्ते पे जा रही हूँ. These are the tell signs
Correct.
of that. So what are the tell signs that you're shifting your mindset when it comes to money?
So first is the feeling is the tell sign itself. Second transition of that would be, have you started using new affirmations for that? So I would ask that person saying, once you've identified a money block, now make an affirmation for that, opposite of that. Example, money doesn't grow on trees. Money grows on trees. Agar money doesn't grow on tree is true, not true, and yet we are saying it for so many years and it's become a belief. To opposite bolo, but make it positive. That there is enough money in the world. There's enough money for everybody in the world. When I say it for the first time, it may feel not true. It's okay. Keep repeating. 10 बार बोलूँगा, 20 बार बोलूँगा. That back of the mind, as we spoke about last time, will calm down, and you'll actually start believing. कि अरे हाँ, money. Actually, there is enough money in the world. So first is the feeling will change. From lack, you'll start feeling कि अरे हाँ, actually है दुनिया में. Here is the next sign. You'll start observing opportunities, which you have never observed before. आप किसी के साथ बात कर रहे होंगे, कोई आपको एक आइडिया दे देगा, यार ये तो बहुत अच्छा आइडिया है, I can do this. This is a tell sign that my frequency is changing.
There's one more. You can practice it for simple things also. You can practice. So say you felt lack, for example, you go to the shopping next day. You did EFT 4-5 rounds, and you went to the shopping. Now you looked at the tag of the dress. What do you feel about it? That time, did you feel that you have less money? Do you feel, or you feel that, हाँ ठीक है, I'll come back for this one? Or did you sulk? Oh, I really liked it, but I don't have enough. What do you feel? If you sulked again, that means that EFT, you require more rounds of EFT. If you did not, you were okay with it, not buying it. You still don't have money. You did not buy it, but you are okay with it. You are not sulking about it. That means you actually removed that block of lack, for example. So actions throughout the day also will tell you where are you with those blocks or with those beliefs.
Yeah. And the best tell sign would be, now you'll actually start attracting opportunities.
Okay.
अब चीज़ें होनी शुरू हो जाएंगी, सही लोग मिलने शुरू हो जाएंगे, वो जॉब का जो इंटरव्यू पहले कभी नहीं मिल रहा था अब मिलना शुरू हो जाएगा. So to give you an example, there was this one guy जिसको 1 साल से जॉब नहीं मिल रही थी. He removed his money blocks systematically. Frequency ठीक की, कैसे की? पहले EFT से रिलीज़ किया. रिलीज़ करने के बाद में सही affirmations बनाए कि I already have a job, I'm feeling happy, I have enough money for my family, I have enough money for my savings, for my daily expenses. अब ये सही affirmations बना लिए. फीलिंग लेवल पे पहला टेल साइन आया. मतलब ऑन अ डेली बेसिस उसका स्ट्रेस कम होने लग गया. He actually came and told me this. He said, Mitesh, अब वो स्ट्रेस जॉब नहीं है अभी तक, लेकिन स्ट्रेस नहीं आ रहा है. Said great sign. Then second sign, वोकैबुलरी में डिफरेंस आया. थर्ड साइन, लोग मिलने लग गए सही. किसी ने कहीं से अपॉर्चुनिटी दे दी कि यहाँ अप्लाई कर दे. And believe it or not, in a month he got the job.
Wow, 1 month.
1 month he got a job. And we have not one or two, thousands of such people who've got a job in 1 or 2 months. Literally.
They got job, they sold their properties, they actually manifested incentives, bonuses, hikes, promotions. There are many examples. We have more than 5,000 people in that community of Wealth Mastery, and in that almost everyone you can say that have some or other result of money.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I think it has nothing to do with us. I think it's just that law of attraction works.
No, it's law of
Correct.
attraction.
Applying in the right way, when you release the right money blocks and you apply the right money frequency, you will attract that job. It's going to happen. It's natural.
Okay, so let's talk about taking it a step higher, right? Like you want to increase your level of your money appetite, let's just say.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
I like the word
Money
money
appetite.
appetite.
Yeah.
राहुल बोलता था भूख.
You want to increase your money appetite, and there is a mindset that you hone, right? So let's talk about it first a little bit generically, and then we'll go to action points, right? What kind of mindset, according to you, do the top 1% of the world have whether it comes to millionaires or billionaires? What is the mindset that they have, and how can one hone it?
Okay. So one of the best things that you'll see about most of these people, not all, but most of these, I deserve the best, I want the best. That is one clear mindset that you will see. They are not guilty for having luxury. They are not guilty for having expensive stuff. They don't feel bad about it. They feel they deserve it. So I would say if I really want to be in that top 1%, first I have to start believing I also deserve. I remember many years ago, my mentor who taught me law of attraction, he said, at the energy level, we are all one. कोई फर्क नहीं हम लोगों में. तो बिल गेट्स भी एनर्जी है, आप भी एनर्जी हो. So anything that Bill Gates deserves, you deserve.
Absolutely.
So I was like, wow, yaar, ye to, like I never thought of it this way.
Yeah.
And then the more I started thinking that yes, actually what he deserves, I deserve. Now I am giving myself permission to desire it. वरना coming back to the first point which you asked, scarcity mindset, मैंने क्या बोला था कि सोच भी नहीं पा रहे कि चाहिए या हो सकता है. तो at least now I'm giving myself permission. हाँ, चाहिए. I'm being honest about it. So that increases that 1% mindset for me.
Okay. What else can people do to hone that mindset? What does that mindset look like for people? Because for, like you said, right, कभी सोचा ही नहीं है. So we're giving people the inspiration, the direction to say that this is how you can think.
Yes. First thing would be really look at, I would say start with छोटी चीज़ से शुरू करते हैं कि मैं अपनी जो current limits हैं उसको कैसे एक्सपैंड कर सकता हूँ. लिमिट्स ऑफ एक्सपेंसेस, लिमिट्स ऑफ इनकम, ये दो ही लिमिट्स हैं हमारे पैसे के. देयर आर नो अदर लिमिट्स. लिमिट्स ऑफ इनकम, लिमिट्स ऑफ एक्सपेंसेस. तो मेरी कितनी कमाई हो सकती है उसका एक लिमिट है, मेरे कितने खर्चे हो सकते हैं उसकी एक लिमिट है. अब द बेस्ट पार्ट इज इस लिमिट को आप पेपर पे एक्सपैंड कर सकते हो. कैसे? एक कंपनी बजट कैसे बढ़ाती है? पेपर पे. कंपनी खर्चा कैसे बढ़ाती है? पेपर पे.
I'm aware.
You are aware, you run a company. So we first write down on paper कि चलो अभी मेरी इनकम महीने की 2 लाख रुपए है. हाँ, I want to make 3 lakhs. Slowly expand that limit. But don't only increase the limit of the income. थोड़ी सी, बहुत ज़्यादा भी नहीं, but थोड़ी सी increase the limit of that expense. Proportionately उसको income, expense को भी increase करो. अगर वो दूसरा step नहीं होगा, तो फिर दिमाग बोलेगा क्या फर्क पड़ता है, क्यों कमाना है 3 लाख, जरूरत तो है ही नहीं. तो वो एक्सपेंसेस की लिमिट जब बढ़ेगी तो वो जो बढ़ाई हुई इनकम की लिमिट है वो जस्टिफाइड लगेगी कि हाँ चाहिए, तब मजा आएगा. सो दैट्स द नेक्स्ट स्टेप.
Okay. And then when it comes to really large financial goals, for example,
sorry, can I add something?
Yeah.
Yes, please do.
So when you are actually looking at increasing your income and increasing your expenses, you don't have to necessarily go and purchase, but take definitely big steps like enter into the shops of your choice which you used to not do it earlier. For example, if you are used to buying something, say clothes, in the shop which sells say for 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees, start going inside the shops of 5,000 rupees. You may not buy. I'm not giving a wrong message that you go and spend more than you have, but definitely go and have a look at the shop. Look at the stuff. Don't criticize it. Don't say कि इससे तो better वो ही है 1,000 रुपए वाला. Don't say that. Look at it. Feel good about it. Come out of it. Very soon you will go and enter in that shop and purchase also. Likewise, you can do it depending on, you can also go to the branded ones, like really expensive branded ones also. But start going into a shop which is selling more than what you can actually afford. Don't hesitate to go inside the shop. It happens many times. It happened with us also. First time when we went to Singapore, there were some really huge brands. We didn't even enter that store because we thought it is not this thing. But later we realized, no, it was a mistake. The next day we did enter. We realized that we made a mistake. Next day we went, we inside. We really liked the stuff. We touched, we asked, we inquired about it. And very soon we started wearing the same brands.
Okay. So let's talk about large financial goals.
So I look at the word motivation. In simple, you're also asking me, how do I motivate myself to go to that level? So the word motivation means motive plus action.
Yeah.
If the motive is missing, the action is missing. A lot of people who are not motivated, is not the problem that they can't take action. The motive is missing. What do I mean? Let's look at people who really are at that 1%, who are really billionaires. They have a motive. The $1 billion in itself is meaningless. Question is, what is the $1 billion for? Each of these people have a mission. Each of these people have a reason of why they want to do what they want to do. And they are passionate about it. They are crazy about it. They are literally mad about कि मुझे ये करना है. And then the $1 billion is part of it. So what I'm also saying is, मान लो आज $1 billion मुझे यहाँ कमाना है. ये मेरा end result है. और मैं यहाँ हूँ. अब यहाँ से यहाँ तक का जो रास्ता है, बीच में बहुत सारा काम है. I have to be excited about that job. अगर उसको करने का कोई रीजन नहीं है, अगर उसको करने का कोई मजा नहीं है, तो यहाँ नहीं पहुंच सकते. A lot of people are in love with the end result without in love with being the process of being there.
Yeah. And the process is not as easy. And I'll tell you that, look, in law of attraction terms, when you talk about it, it says easy and effortless. But the truth is, it's work.
Time.
It's work.
It's work.
I show up to work every single day.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know what it takes to get to where we want to be as a company.
Exactly.
Correct.
And that's not saying that I'm doing something out of the ordinary, but I'm saying that the hard hours are put in. And that's similarly the team, which is on the same frequency and the same energy, which is why we don't say no to work.
Correct.
Which brings me to my next question, is that a lot of people say that if it's so easy for me to shut my eyes and visualize ki I'm very rich or I'm in 1% club, whatever, right? Why should I work?
No, there is action. FTB.
So talk to me about that.
Yeah, that's the action part. If I am not in love with the action part, the end result is just an infatuation. इसका एक बहुत simple example लेते हैं. The last podcast was on love. The end result is happy married life. भैया बहुत काम लगता है happy married life में. आसान नहीं है, हमसे पूछो. उसी तरीके से $1 billion कंपनी का end result तो सुनने में बहुत अच्छा लगता है, but काम बहुत है. Question I have to ask is, am I in love with that? And how big am I willing to make that? So I'll give you my example. About a couple of years ago, my level of thinking was, जो मैंने शुरू में बोला level of consciousness, simple words में level of thinking. मेरी level of thinking इतनी थी कि महीने का इतना कमा लूँ तो बहुत है, right? फिर then I was talking the same question with one of my mentors. Okay, how do I think like these people, like these 1% people? And he said, देख उनके पास एक मोटिव है, तेरे पास है नहीं. तू ये सोच रहा है तू इतना महीने का कमा ले तो बहुत है, तो ये तेरा मोटिव पूरा हो गया. तो तेरी ग्रोथ है मंथ टू मंथ या ईयर टू ईयर, तो तेरी थिंकिंग के हिसाब से तेरी इनकम आ गई ना. अब तेरी थिंकिंग यहाँ नहीं है तो इनकम यहाँ जाएगी कैसे? आई सेड इंटरेस्टिंग. सो आई स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग के क्या मेरे पास इतना बड़ा कुछ पैशन है काम करने के लिए, टू रीच फ्रॉम हियर टू हियर, के बीच का वो जो इतना बड़ा काम है उससे मुझे प्यार हो जाए. हैव आई, इन सिंपल लैंग्वेज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में इसको मिशन बोलते हैं, पर्पस बोलते हैं. क्या हमारे पास वो मिशन है? तो फिर हम लोगों ने एक दिन सोचा पता नहीं क्या, एंड देन वी जस्ट स्टार्टेड डूइंग एफर्मेशन. सो वी लव टू यूज मैनिफेस्टेशन का छोटा सा एंगल कि आई एम क्लियर ऑफ माई मिशन. बोलना शुरू कर दो, आई एम क्लियर ऑफ माई ग्रैंड विजन एंड मिशन ऑफ माई लाइफ, एंड नाउ आई नो व्हाट आई वांट इन लाइफ. बोलना शुरू किया, 10-15 दिन बोला. मैजिक वाटर बॉटल टेक्निक जो हमने पहले वाले पॉडकास्ट में बात की थी, उसके ऊपर लिख दिया हमने मैजिक वाटर पे कि आई हैव माई ग्रैंड विजन. वन डे आई रिमेंबर हम लोग ऐसे ही बैठे थे और मेरे मुंह से, हम लोग वर्कशॉप कर रहे थे, मेरे मुंह से निकल गया कि वन डे आई वांट लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन टू बी इन एवरी हाउस होल्ड ऑफ इंडिया. आई सेड इट एंड वी टुक अ ब्रेक एंड आई सेड, इंदु, मिशन ये करते हैं. सो नाउ मोर किक्ड अबाउट द आइडिया ऑफ कि इंडिया के हर घर में जब सुबह इंसान उठे तो जैसे ब्रश करता है तो एफर्मेशन होना ही चाहिए साथ में. वाओ, दैट्स अ मिशन एंड आई एम इन लव विद दैट मिशन नाउ. Now it's not going to be easy, but am I in love with it? Now because I'm in love with it, obviously अब अगर इंडिया के इतने लोगों के घर में लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन पहुंचा दूंगा तो उतने पैसे भी आ जाएंगे.
Okay, so fantastic. Now you guys have designed courses and you're very sweet and kind and you're going to give some free assets to
Yes.
our audience. So we will definitely link that below.
Yeah,
But
so first lesson.
yeah, okay, so the first lesson. But for everybody tuning into this podcast, let's put them to work. Let's give actionable things that people can do, and like everybody who's watching and wants to grow their financial capacity and be in a better place financially can go get a notebook, get a pen, and we'll give them some actionable things to do. Okay,
Absolutely.
So why don't we start with our favorite, which is affirmations. Let's start with something that people can implement and write down and say that this is what I'm going to do. And let's put a caveat to this, right? How consistent do they have to be?
Done.
Because they're not going to sit here, do it while watching this podcast, and tomorrow morning be millionaires. It's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen.
So
Disclaimer.
Yeah, this is a
Disclaimer.
disclaimer. So there is consistency required.
Yes.
There is action required. So we're going to design a mini thing for you here, and we'll start with how consistently do you have to do it? What are some of the things that you may feel? How to overcome that? And then what exactly are we going to do?
Okay.
How long do they have to keep at this? Like, let's give them a goal and saying that, okay, at least for this amount of time, you
Yes.
have to be
30 days.
consistent. 30 days.
30 days
Okay, so
challenge.
for 30 days, you have to do this consistently. The following steps that we're going to do. Okay. Now we'll do whatever it is that you guys
the
want.
first step, they don't have to do 30 days. First step, they have to do only first day. And the second step onwards, when Mitesh gives the affirmation, that they have to do for
No,
30 days.
overall, the exercise is 30
30
days, which
days,
will
yes.
involve some level of identification, which is a one-time process.
Correct.
Perfect. Okay.
So first step.
First step. First step, write down all the beliefs we spoke in the beginning of the podcast. Write down all those limiting beliefs you have, limiting blocks you have, like money doesn't grow on tree, जितनी चादर है उतना पैर फैलाओ, ज़्यादा खर्चा मत करो, पैसे इजीली नहीं आते, वगैरह वगैरह, वॉट एवर कम्स. यू फील लैक, यू फील यू आर वेरी पुअर, यू फील मैं पैसा खर्चा करूँगी तो ख़त्म हो जाएगा, वगैरह वगैरह, जो भी आप वॉट एवर कम्स टू योर माइंड, जस्ट राइट इट डाउन. Don't let the pen stop, just keep writing. For next 5 minutes, write down everything you think negative about money. Just write that down for next 5 minutes.
Okay.
Pause the video and do it.
Okay, fantastic. So we'll pause the video here and you can write these limiting beliefs that you have about money right now.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Now assume that these 5 minutes are over and they're back. What is step 2? And now step 2 onwards, you have to do for 30 days consistently.
Yes.
Okay.
So whatever you have identified in terms of your negative feelings and beliefs, make positive statements of them. Those are your new affirmations. This practice for 30 days.
Okay.
Example, I'm stressed with money. Let's change this. I'm relaxed about money. Ban gaya affirmation.
I'm lack of money.
I'm in the end of the month, I'm never left with money. People specifically say this statement a lot. In the end of the month, I'm always left with surplus.
I always have surplus in my account.
Yeah.
I always have extra money in my account. I always have lot of money with me. I always have money to take care of everything, all needs of my friends and family, whatever it comes to your mind.
Making money is difficult for me.
Making money is very easy for
Making
me.
money is very easy for me. So make these affirmations first. And now, so if you want, go pause, take 5 minutes, make affirmations.
5 more minutes.
5 more
Yes,
minutes.
5 more. At this time, it may take little less because you've already
yeah.
identified the negative
Yeah.
ones. So put 5 minutes and just convert it into positive. But it has to be proper positive. You should not say things like, I'm debt free. No, that's wrong. I have surplus money.
Yeah. The universe doesn't understand the negative connotation. They just understand the large. Yeah.
So it should say that I have surplus money, I have extra money. I say you have house and you want to say there is a house loan. You want to say I want to be loan free. that's a wrong statement. Say, I own this house 100%. Or if you have a car which has loan, say, I own my car 100%.
Okay.
Something on those lines. Just make the statements.
Okay. Now, hopefully you're back after another 5 minutes.
Another 5 minutes.
Let's get back to step 3.
Done. So now the step 3 is you say these specific affirmations that you've made for 30 days.
Okay.
And along with that, there's a master affirmation that we say. Whether you're in business, whether you're in a job, right now there's a current income that you're at. Even if you're at 0, you know that the next month onwards you want to increase your income by a certain percentage. So whenever you're starting using law of attraction for money specifically, start with this master affirmation. Decide the income that you want as the next level goal. Example, I'm making 1 lakh rupees a month right now, and I want to make 1.5 lakh rupees a month. My request is, don't directly go from 1 to 10 lakhs. Now you would say, but you only said manifestation mein to kuch bhi possible hai, to fir why not 10 lakhs? The stronger the doubt, the less it will let you practice. So it's not about going from 1 to 10, it's about mastering your voice. It's about mastering that feeling first. एक बार उस फीलिंग की आदत हो गई, उस वॉइस को पकड़ने की आदत हो गई, फिर एक पॉइंट के बाद में 4 और 5 के बाद आप डायरेक्ट 50 पे जाओगे, पता ही नहीं चलेगा, क्योंकि उस मैनिफेस्टेशन की आदत हो जाएगी. सो इनिशियली रिक्वेस्ट है, अगर अभी 1 लाख कमा रहे हो तो मान लो उसको 1.5 लाख कर लो. एनीथिंग विच इज सीमिंग कंफर्टेबल, राइट? अब उसका मास्टर एफर्मेशन ये होगा. सो एंड ऑफ द डेट, महीने का हम हमेशा डेट लेंगे. सो लेट्स से टुडे इज जून, सो यू आर गोना से टुडे इज 30th of June 2024. In this month, I have already made 1.5 lakh rupees this month easily. Now comes the best part. You're going to say, just like the last month, and the last month, and the last month, and the best part is, I have also got the same income secured for the next month.
Okay.
अब ये थोड़ा लंबा affirmation है, but इसमें एक science है. The first part, when you're saying, I have already made 1.5 lakh rupees this month, you're saying a specific date, which is 30th of June, today. And you're saying the word today. Today is 30th of June 2024. I've already made 1.5 lakh rupees this month easily. The moment you say that, your mind's going to say,
Liar.
exactly, good bol raha, right? Now the mind is so beautiful that if you give it details, it forgets reality.
Okay.
Like a movie,
Yeah.
you know it's not real.
Yeah.
But the moment you get too many details, you forget it's a movie and you get endorsed in the details and you start enjoying the movie.
Yeah.
So you add to that saying, I've made 1.5 lakh rupees this month easily, just like the last month, and the last month, and the last month. And the best part is, the next month income is also secured. This affirmation you've got to say 10 times in the morning and evening.
Okay.
That's one.
Say it.
Say it loudly. Say it.
Okay.
30 days. 30 days.
30
एक दिन में नहीं होने वाला.
30 days.
Okay. Now
By the way, this is our affirmation too. We use this for every month.
Okay.
Now here's how we change it. We change it 15th to 15th. I'll tell you why. 15 तारीख को जब शुरू होता है 15 तारीख, तो हमको सबको पता है कि अभी महीना खत्म हो रहा है. The desperation starts coming in. होगा कि नहीं होगा, होगा कि नहीं होगा, will it be achieved, will it not be achieved. To let go of that desperation, from 16th onwards, you will not do the same affirmation for 30th of June. You'll do it for 30th of July.
Okay.
16th onwards. 16 जून से लेके 15 जुलाई तक हम करेंगे 30 जुलाई के लिए. अब 16 जुलाई होगी, तो अब हम कब के लिए करेंगे?
August.
30 अगस्त के लिए.
I don't understand. I'm the first person to say I don't understand. Please tell me. What is,
मैं explain करूँ?
yeah.
हाँ करो.
Okay. So you're doing it for the month, right? So you're doing it for this month. Say, for example, you're doing it for 30th of June. Let's assume this is June. So you say that on 30th of June, today is 30th of June, thank you. I have already made 1.5 lakh rupees a month. And I have already made just the way I made it last month and the last month and the last month. And the best part is, even for the next month, it is already secured. This is what you said. Now you start saying this every day morning, okay, and evening. Now on
Considering today is 1st of June.
On 15th of June, 15th of that month, you change your date only, nothing else. You change your date to 30th of July. That is next month ka date. Because your logical mind will start questioning from 15 June. यार 15 जून हो गया, मैंने तो अभी तक 50,000 भी नहीं कमाए, 1.5 लाख कहाँ से होंगे? तो वो क्वेश्चन आने से पहले उसको रोकना है हमें. तो 15 जून को आपको बोलना है, 15 जून onwards, you have to say 30th of July. So 15th of June, you will say, today is 30th of July, I have already made 1.5 lakh rupees for this month, just like the last month and the last month and the last month, and I have also secured it for the next month.
Right. So you're tricking your brain into believing that it's in the future.
Exactly.
Yes, not just that, you're practicing something very subtle way called surrender. So because you're already manifesting, as she said, for 30th of July, so the mind doesn't question you anymore for June.
क्योंकि 1.5 महीना है ना अब,
Yeah.
अभी से लेके 1.5 महीना है, तो क्वेश्चन
और इस 15 महीने का, मान लो आज 15 तारीख है जून की, और मैंने 30 जुलाई के लिए आज से बोलना शुरू कर दिया है, तो 15 जून से 30 जून का जो टेंशन है वो तो खत्म हो गया, क्योंकि मैं रोज क्या बोल रहा हूँ, 30 जुलाई, उसकी वजह से वो 15 दिन टेंशन कम आता है. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू कंट्रोल दैट टेंशन and to relax at that surrender level.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
So I just want to add here. So even if, in spite of that, say if you are too logical, then there is a chance that during the day you will get tensed. You will think कि हाँ मितेश ने तो बोल दिया था करने के लिए, मैं कर भी रहा हूँ, but हुआ तो नहीं है. So that time again do that. You can say cancel and replace it with a ho'ponopono. Or replace it with gratitude. Do it for 4 or 5 times, your mind will start wandering somewhere else.
So ho'ponopono again is saying those 4 statements.
Saying those 4 statements. I'm sorry. This time, since we are doing money, let's do for money. Say, I'm sorry, money. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Just say that 4 or 5 times. In 4 or 5 times, your mind will start wandering somewhere else, and that worry or the fear or the anxiety will just go.
That negative energy goes away in that moment.
Okay. Fantastic. So that was step 3.
Yep.
Is there a step 4 in terms of, say, visualization, journaling?
Yes.
There are so many different techniques that the law of attraction umbrella has. How can we use it and tweak it for money?
So to make it simple, I'll give only 2 steps more from there. One is the vision board. Right?
You read my mind.
You trained me.
We are giving actually.
So yeah, anyways, we are giving the vision board template as part of the bonus which we are giving in the link.
Okay.
It's a ready-made vision board where kind of gaps are there with affirmations ready-made. Put pictures about your monthly bank account. Put pictures about where are you going for your holiday because you've already made that amount of money. Put pictures about the, let's say in the end of the month, if I have really made that money, where would I celebrate? In this particular restaurant. Go and take a picture from that restaurant with you there celebrating. Put that picture on the vision board for the whole month. And every day, morning and night, make sure that you look at that vision board once, smile at it and say, thank you. Thank you. This is done. Thank you. That feeling is got generated now. So as I was saying in the beginning, generate the feeling first, the money will come as an opportunity later. So this is the 4th. So the 5th step is the major step, which a lot of people forget. Can you guess?
Action.
Oh, you got it. You're an action taker, so you got it. So now comes the action part. And in order to take the action, I'll give an easy affirmation. Start saying the affirmation that I love taking the action. For an example, अगर मुझे job के लिए interview देना है, start saying I love giving interviews.
You have to fall in love with the process. The action part.
Yes.
You have to go to work.
Yes. People don't have action affirmations. People have end result affirmations. They don't have the process affirmations. Okay, I love going for interviews. When you love going for interviews, you'll not count. अरे यार अभी एक और बाकी है. I love going for interviews.
Yeah.
Fall in love with it. So how do you fall in love with it? Say that affirmation, I love this action.
Yeah.
If you are someone who likes to sell, I love selling. If you're doing podcasts, I love doing podcasts. Whatever as action is required for taking that action to take you to that end result, fall in love with that action by saying, I love taking action and now take action. My promise is do this for 30 days. If you say, I love taking action for that particular action, because it may be different for different people, because you say and you invest that love in that action as a statement, you actually start taking action, and as a result, you attract.
Obviously.
The opportunities will come.
Yeah, the opportunities come, they will attract.
Results will happen.
Okay, so this was overall. Let's give the 5 steps for our Instagram so that people can be motivated to come and watch the full thing. What is the 5 steps that people can do to actively change their financial condition and generate more wealth?
Wow. Step 1, recognize and understand your limiting beliefs, your money blocks. Step 2, release those blocks by writing affirmations positively for those blocks. Third, make sure that you're doing the master affirmation that I have already made this amount of money this month, like the last month and the last month and the last month, and the next month is already secured. So that's the master affirmation. 4th step, make sure that you're doing your vision board morning and evening, where you can see clearly how much money have I already made this month. And the 5th step is important. Start saying, I love taking this action to make that money every day.
Great. So we fall in love with the process.
Yes.
Amazing. So now I'm going to ask you.
Sorry, I want to give the example
Yeah.
that will really help them
Yeah.
take
Okay.
the action.
So we're going to go back to the vision board
vision
exercise.
board,
Okay.
yeah.
So we have a success story when it comes to vision boarding, and
Yes,
Indu is going to
yeah.
take us through it.
That is very important because that is what is will create the belief and motivate them to print and display. So the vision board, this vision board, I had gifted it to a friend of mine, and she was working as a senior program manager in a huge IT company, and she wanted a double promotion. She wanted to become a managing director.
Audacity, imagine.
So she
Double
wanted to
promotion.
become a managing director of that organization, and she just wrote that with really bad pen, you can say that, in that fill in the blank. She just wrote it, which was hardly visible, and she put a date also, October and some year. And believe it or not, she actually within 6 months she got double promotion.
She got
In
it.
October on his birthday. She got double promotion and she became managing director of that
Wow.
huge
Yeah,
organization.
So take me through it. What was on her vision board?
Yeah,
And what
so
were
the
her
vision board
affirmations?
was the same vision board which we are gifting it to the audiences here. So
We gave her the same printout.
It has an empty blank space which says that I'm making so much money, I have become so much, or I have got a promotion, something on those lines. So she had filled in the date of promotion, the designation and the promotion. So she put MD and she put October and the year, whatever year she wanted it in. So she put that and she displayed it on a refrigerator of hers. And she just used to have a look at it once in a while. And then this promotion thing came. She appeared for the interview and she got double promotion within 6 months after she displayed that vision board. Within 6 months, she got a double promotion and she got the job of managing director.
And what was she affirming?
She honestly, she wasn't affirming.
She was not doing affirmations,
She
she was
was
doing vision board. Some
only-
people are more visionary, visual.
Huh.
So they appreciate the vision board experience more than the affirmations.
But the action part she definitely took.
Okay.
That means the moment she came to know that there is a promotion, whatever task is required, she did apply, she did prepare
Yeah.
for it. She went really prepared. She took coaching from a lot of people and she prepared fully so that when she appears for the interview, she actually cracks not the first level but the second level so that she gets the double promotion. So she did not become assistant managing director, she became managing director directly.
Wow. Okay, that's fantastic. Amazing. Okay.
Yeah, we have many such examples.
Many such examples.
such examples.
Next time we'll bring you on with one of their success stories and really decode that mindset.
Done.
Sure.
Okay, so another question that props up in my mind over here is that it seems like it's a lot. It can seem overwhelming. You said she wasn't doing affirmations. She was more
Visual person.
Visual
So she did
person.
vision board.
So how do we take the energy out of it's too much effort? Like, I can't be asked to do like 20 affirmations morning and evening and then also vision board. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
how do you make it effortless? Like for people who are feeling intimidated by this process.
Okay. Very
Do
simple.
the passive things.
Yeah. Start with what she loves to. Go ahead.
Do the passive things. Don't do the active things. Simple. Just write down the affirmations. First day you did it. I'm assuming you did it along with our video. So you just write down those affirmations, record it, play it at night for yourself, put it on the water bottle, print the vision board, display it. The passive.
All these are passive activities.
Okay, so you just see it like visually around you at
Yes.
certain places. Like for example, my phone wallpaper is very telling. So I've changed that. Or like, there are little post-its that I use. So I'm not necessarily reading, but I know what it's about.
Yep.
That works amazing. That works
Yeah.
extraordinary. You don't say you put a vision board here. You don't have to necessarily every day look at it. But if you put it, it will work.
You know what it is.
Water bottle, just put the affirmations on the water bottle. Drink that water every day. If you want to know more about water bottle, of course, we have a big video. You can do that magic water technique very easily. Record your affirmation once properly. Put it on the in the phone at night. Play it even once in the morning, once in the night at volume 1. It will work.
Yeah, that's so easy.
These
if
are
you
all
record
passive
yourself-
techniques.
Yeah, if you
That's it.
record yourself
That's it.
saying these affirmations once and just play it at night, I think it seeps into the subconscious
Very
also.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
Another thing you can do is what I love to say is use old habits to create new habits. Example, if I now want to start doing affirmations, don't do affirmations as a new activity. Do it while brushing your teeth. So I love to do it while brushing my teeth. So that way I know brush and affirmation goes together. Some I do during my shower, some I do during making, I don't have many hair but some when I'm in front of my mirror, I make sure that I do my vision board over there.
Yeah.
So I literally have my vision board in front of my dressing table on the mirror. So every time I go and look at myself in the mirror, I know my vision board is there.
Okay.
So these are passive ways of instantly creating that feeling that I already have it, and then the attraction starts happening.
Okay, fantastic.
Even the vision board is displayed on our refrigerator. My refrigerator is filled with all different
Vision
vision
boards.
boards.
Well, that wouldn't work for me. I don't enter the kitchen much. So, yeah. It's on my phone.
iPad,
phone
phone,
works.
laptop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to do something that we did in the last episode, which is Ask Say Expert. We've put in certain scenarios that people may find themselves stuck in on a financial lens, and what can they do, right?
Right.
Okay. I've lent a lot of money to somebody and they don't seem to be giving it back. What can I do to turn this around?
Okay. So you can do two things here. One, obviously, you can start working somewhere else. So I get this question a lot. And a lot of people say that I was supposed to get this money 10 years back, 5 years back, 2 years back. Somebody has taken and I'm waiting for that money. Once that money comes, I am going to join your platinum membership. That means what? They have stalled their life to receive that money back instead of working on making new money. So start working on making new money first and foremost, but as per the podcast which we did just now. Okay, that's one. Second, start blessing the person who has taken money from you. Start saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you to that person who has taken money from you.
Yeah.
What happens is whenever we think about the person, we always curse the person. We always say bad things about the person कि उसने पैसे ले लिए, लाके नहीं दे रहा है, मैं ज़रूरत में काम आया था, वगैरह वगैरह. So this time you, instead of doing that, say thank you to that person and bless that person and visualize that that person has a surplus money in his account or in her account, and she is herself is calling and giving your money back to you. We have a very good example. There is one gentleman, he is in business. He has recovered 3.5 crores just
Wow.
by following this one technique.
That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would find that helpful.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Thank you.
I'm drowning in credit card debt after a series of unplanned medical expenses. It feels like I'm stuck in a cycle of scarcity. What steps can I take to shift my mindset and energy towards abundance?
Excellent. First, start this affirmation. I am 100% responsible for my life. This is not happening to me. Say that last part. I am 100% responsible for what's happening. This is not happening to me. It puts that power back to you. Otherwise, the victim feeling is, ये मेरे साथ हो रहा है.
हो रहा है.
मेरे क्रेडिट कार्ड्स के इतने सारे बिल हो गए हैं, मेरे मेडिकल के इतने सारे एक्सपेंसेस आ गए हैं, मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है. नहीं, ऐसा हुआ नहीं है. आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल, मैंने मैनिफेस्ट किया है. स्टार्ट ओनिंग इट. नॉट ब्लेमिंग इट, ओनिंग इट. Just saying it puts that power back to you. Where you say, I am responsible for whatever is happening in my life right now. It's not happening to me. I have created it. That is step number 1. Own that power back. Now step number 2. Write down, how will I now take responsibility to make it one step better every day. Not 10 steps better in one day. One step better every day. It can be as simple as making sure that I find a better job, give a better interview, making sure that I talk to somebody to take help, doing more affirmations. It can be one step every day. But I'm going to take responsibility now to improve my frequency towards a better future, rather than constantly feeling like a victim and looking back in my past कि यार मेरे साथ ऐसा हो गया. Get out of that victimhood, take in charge, move forward.
Okay.
Third.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Third, do Ho'ponopono. Do Ho'ponopono for money, for the expenses, for the credit cards,
very important.
for the people from whom you have borrowed money. Do lots of Ho'ponopono. Instead of, right now what happens when we think about credit card or people from where we have bought, we feel a lot of sadness, lot of worry, lot of fear, lot of anxiety. अरे यार मैं कब करूँगा, कैसे करूँगा, इतना burden हो गया, ये हो गया, वो हो गया. Just collapse all of that. Just do Ho'ponopono. Keep chanting Ho'ponopono for money all the time. Say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you money. Thank you for taking care of me, and I'm sorry I did not take care of you. I did not handle you properly. I did not manage you properly. And I'm really sorry about that. Please forgive me. I really love you money, and thank you so much for taking care of me with the basic things like food, water, clothes, everything else. just say these sentences as much as possible. And we have seen people settling down their credit card bills and gold bills and everything within like literally in months, not even years.
So I'll give you an example. There's this couple who came to us when they joined our platinum program. They had just barely enough money to join the program. That's it. So I'm being very honest, when they joined, I got scared a little bit and I said, yaar, ye bahut zyada responsibility hogi. Indu, inko refund de dete. And I remember it was Indu who said, if they believe in themselves, why are you doubting them? I said, ye bhi theek hai. So I said, okay, let's believe in them. And they started working on their money frequency. And one of the steps they did was what she said, releasing their feeling towards the loans. They had more than 40 lakhs of loan. And barely 30,000 left in their bank account at that time. So the feeling was obviously a lot of worry, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety.
The only thing they had was the house was of their own. Nothing else.
Nothing else. So they started doing that Ho'ponopono. They started releasing those money blocks. They started doing those affirmations. They started applying those vision boards here and there. They really took steps. Believe it. One fine day, she was asking me, what should I do to make money? And I said, first, don't worry about making money. First, improve your frequency. How you feel about money. पहले थोड़े दिन उस पे काम कर ले. I call it unconditionally feeling good about your life without money first. She did it for 30 days. Believe it, one day we were having a discussion and she said, I want to teach something online. I said, what do you know? So she said, I know how to do this macrame. You know what's a macrame?
Yeah.
So there are these cotton things you can make keychains and coasters, right?
Of course, yeah.
So I said, she said, I enjoy making it and I love teaching it. I said, start teaching. She said, Mitesh, who will buy a course on macrame? I said, money is an exchange of value. Everybody needs something that you have. First, stop underestimating yourself what you have. देना तो शुरू करो. Give value to people. She started. Believe it. It's been more than 1 year. She has made 1 crore 25 lakhs. 40 lakhs. 1 crore 40 lakhs from a macrame course.
Wow.
She and her husband work together. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
They're on
What
my
is this
website.
course? I want to start teaching you.
It's macrame.
She knows it.
That's amazing.
But that's the power
amazing
of
and good for
frequency.
her. And why should you limit it? There are clearly there's a need for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, there is one more really small, very young bhai behan ka jodi hai. It's a pair.
That's a sweet one.
Very young. 25 year, 26 year. Lost their parents. Mom left behind a jewelry worth
Set of jewelry.
4 lakh rupees only. The girl had guts. She went and mortgaged that jewelry and joined our course and came and told us. So we are like, अभी इसके पैसे वापस कर देते हैं, इसको बोलते हैं जाके jewelry लेके आ जाओ वापस. And I thought, let's wait for a month. Let's see how she does.
नहीं, उसको मैंने पूछा करेगी क्या, तो बोली बेचा है, mortgage नहीं किया है.
हाँ.
मैंने कहा बेच दिया, बोली हाँ बेच दिया.
But she had told the jeweler that we'll come back. So the jeweler kept the jewelry aside.
Honestly, we were worried about that.
We were worried about
the kids. We were not very happy
kids,
about that decision.
actually. And those kids did it without asking us. We were really worried about
We don't encourage that.
So we don't encourage that, but that happened. Then we decided that within a month, if the girl doesn't show any difference, we will return the money. We are very conscious this way. So we decided we'll return the money. Believe it or not, the girl started making money.
Wow.
She now makes 1.5 lakh rupees a month. Last week we were in Bangalore. There were a lot of people came and met us. This bhai behan ka jodi also came. So they told us that time that they went back to the jeweler and they got that jewelry
gold back.
Wow. That's
They
amazing.
They got mom's gold
and it's
back.
been only 6-7 months
6-7
they
months,
joined us.
Wow.
got it
But
back.
they also followed everything we said. Do a Ho'ponopono for money, did. Vision board लगाओ करा. Affirmation लगाओ करा. Money block निकालो करा. सब जो बोला वो सब करा उन्होंने. दोनों भाई बहन they were so happy.
Wow. Good on them. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's move to the next scenario. After being unexpectedly laid off, I'm struggling to stay optimistic about my financial future. How can I maintain a high vibrational money frequency to attract new and possibly better job opportunities?
Great.
Excellent.
Focus on, start with this affirmation. I have multiple money making skills and I have multiple sources of income. Start with this affirmation. Why? A person who's lost a job is only insecure because he feels that's the only skill I had. And what is the only source of income I had. So I recommend people that if you really want to be at the millionaire frequency, which I'm hoping that's why a lot of people are watching this, because everybody wants to be at a certain level of millionaire frequency and everybody deserves it. Why not? then vibrate at the frequency that we all deserve to have multiple money making skills and multiple sources of income. Why money making skills first? Again, without the action, the result will not come. So first develop those skills, and for that start with this affirmation. I already have multiple money making skills and I have multiple sources of income. And now, instead of feeling bad about what you're feeling right now, release those energies using some of the techniques we spoke about today. But more importantly now, during this month, take the opportunity to work on some new skills other than the job that you already have. Give interviews, but start working on some new skills. What can you acquire as a new skill to make more money? And commit to yourself to at least 10 money making skills. And believe me, there are ways to make money. To give you an example, we have this one amazing couple in the program. She decided that one day she wants to start doing healing programs for people. And she's still working. She's in a job right now. But one day she realized that she might get laid off. So she decided, I'm going to have multiple money making skills and multiple sources of income. This same program that she said, we did it in Bangalore recently. We met her again with her husband. She made 25 lakhs as a healer in the last 8 months. Even I didn't know it. While doing her job. So that means she developed a skill, helped people with that skill, and made money. So develop more skills, and for that start doing this affirmation that I have multiple money making skills and I have multiple sources of income.
Use this time to fine tune your skills. Use this time to work on yourself instead of sulking, feeling anxiety and worry.
So if you observe, this goes back to what I keep saying. Stop solving, start evolving. Like upgrade your frequency instead of just roaming around in the same problem solving area.
Okay. I dream of opening a coffee shop, but the fear of losing money keeps holding me back. Amazing. The fear of losing money is very real. So what can I do to raise my money frequency and attract the financial courage?
Okay, this is going to sound crazy, but this is very important. I love success and failure both.
Yeah.
Start with this affirmation. Because someone who's only addicted to success and always avoiding failure is going to find it difficult to attract money. Because money is an energy which brings both. It comes with a package attraction, just like a wife, just like a husband, just like a marriage, which will have love and some conflicts, always. It will always have advantages and disadvantages. So success and money will bring success and failure both. Allow both the energies to come in.
Yeah.
People who are not allowing failure are not allowing success. So start saying this affirmation, I allow success and failure both. I love success and failure both. Do this for just a few days. Do this for 30 days every day. I love success and failure both. Something shifts here and we start thinking, yaar, kar lete hain.
Kya hi hoga?
Kya to hoga? And the person does it and the person succeeds. Or even if the person fails, now the person knows, ho sakta tha, mujhe malum tha. It's worth it.
At least I tried.
At least I tried.
Right.
When the failures become worth your success, tab to success karne ka maza aata hai.
Yeah.
But if you feel the failure is not worth it, then you don't feel the success is worth it, and that's why people don't take action. So the affirmation is very important. I love success and failure both. I allow both in my life.
Okay, fantastic. The next one is about being in a stable job and wanting to have an expedited financial growth.
Yeah.
What are daily techniques that people can do to hold that? Like they love the stability of the job, but
Sure.
we want a double promotion.
Double promotion. So I would say that work on multiple skills, as he correctly said, that while you are in the job, of course, job is going to give you a X amount of money. Maximum you'll get a hike of maybe X plus 10% or maybe 20%. But if you work on multiple sources of income, then you will get more money from different sources. Like you can write a book, or there is another person, she was a corporate head, HR, right? CHRO. She was a CHRO in a huge multinational organization. And she decided to become a coach, and she's a menopause coach. And she learned that she took the certification of menopause coaching, and then she joined us, and then she learned Ho'ponopono from us, and she decided to help ladies with the menopause.
Yeah.
And she grew so well in that she started making double than her salary. And then she obviously decided to quit the salary. And now she has quit. But for 6 months, she was working. She had the job going on and she was doing coaching also.
Okay. So my question is...
stability for the job.
Agree. Yeah. Stability for job. Because there are people who love what they do at their corporate jobs. And they just want to see heightened growth there.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
So there, I would say step one would be start with that affirmation for that position. So since you said the double promotion
yeah.
thing, have the audacity to at least believe it's possible. Okay. I would say, सोच ही तो है, पैसा थोड़ी लग रहा है.
सोच लो.
तो पहले लिखो तो सही. I have already got this promotion. Right? Whether it's double promotion, लिख लो. I have already got this promotion. That's step one. Step two. I love doing the tasks of this role. This is very important. Again, going back to my loving action part. That if I keep feeling that one day when I become this person or this MD, यार मेरे पास time ही नहीं होगा life में. So unconsciously I'm sabotaging my success. Where I may get an interview and I may not succeed.
Exactly.
I may end up saying something stupid in that interview by mistake. कुछ ऐसा मुंह से निकल जाएगा. They may not attract me as a role for that. Why? Because unconsciously I was sabotaging by saying, यार इस रोल में तो इतना काम है, इसमें इतना ट्रैवल करना पड़ता है. Start appreciating every task of that role, which until today you had not thought or appreciated of.
Okay.
By writing all those tasks down and saying, I love doing this. I love traveling. Right? I've observed as
And
Indu
visualize.
and visualize that. So as Indu said about me, I started saying, I love traveling. I love working. I love doing podcasts. The more I started saying that, the more I started falling in love with the process of that role. And as a result of that, the opportunities will start happening. Okay. Third and the most important part is this. Write this affirmation. This is especially for people who do a job. I love adding 10 times more value than my salary.
Very interesting.
A lot of people who are not growing in their job is because they are adding as much value as their salary. So a lot of people say, boss, itne paise mein to itna hi milega. So add 10 times value than what your current salary is, because a lot of people who are not growing is because they keep trying in their mind to justify their salary and not give too much more than that. Right? A great man once said in corporate world, if you keep working for 10 times more than your salary today, a day will come, you will get paid for 10 times more than what you're working for.
Correct.
And if you really think about it, you cannot justify the salary of a CEO if you look at the working hours. At least the managers would say that. यार सारा काम तो हम ही करते हैं, सारा पैसा तो करिश्मा ही ले जाती है.
Please.
That's the famous conversation in corporates, right? When people feel we do all the work, the top management keeps all the money. But that's because they've gone through that drill. They've worked 10 times more than their salary once upon a time. They've given so much value. Think about it this way. The person who's on the top, if they want to promote somebody on the top, who would they want? Somebody who justifies their salary by 1x or 10x?
Yeah. No, it's happened. Even at Humans of Bombay, we've given out of turn appraisals, we give bonuses, it always happens. So, and
10
it's the
times
value.
Yeah.
Give 10 times more value.
But I want to add a disclaimer here. We are not saying that means you work long hours. We are definitely not saying. We are saying 10 times value. Not long hours. Okay.
Yeah.
So
we are not promoting
hustle culture.
Hustle culture. And 10 times value really means, Karishma, that for an example, let's take this podcast, right? My task would be just recording this podcast as an example. But somebody who's giving 10 times more value is thinking more than just the recording part of it. Who's really thinking, are people getting the gist of this conversation? What can I do to add value? Can I recommend some questions?
Yeah.
Now, this is the entrepreneurial thinking that the person brings into the organization. Yeah. So you're doing a job, but you're not doing a job, you're doing a business.
No, it's simple, right? Like even in terms of this episode, we could have just left it to a podcast, but we're adding actionable steps so that people actually feel that value and that impact. And it's not just passive. You're actually going and doing the work.
Correct. Yeah. Absolutely. That is why I think, as you said, one of the reasons a lot of HNI celebrities are coming to your channel is because you're adding that kind of 10 times value. And even though some people would have 10 times more subscribers, they would still come here. Why? Because somewhere they feel the value is more. And value is not always equals to the number of people who subscribed or amount of hours worked. It's the end result that you're providing to somebody.
Yeah.
And if you can deliver that to an organization, double promotion, why not?
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. So we're at the end of the episode now. I thought we could do something interesting that can leave people with the sense that they've got the flavor of what it is like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done. Right. So first we'll do EFT and one round we'll do Ho'ponopono.
Cool.
We'll do both of these rounds. So the way we will do it is first we identify one specific emotion towards money which we are feeling as a negative emotion and write it down. and check what is the intensity of that emotion right now on a level of 1 to 10. So let's say right now the emotion is at 7. I'll take a very common emotion, which is stress. All we have to do is repeat with what I'm saying, I take 100% responsibility.
Take 100%.
I take
So
100%.
you can also say
yeah, I take
yes.
100% responsibility
For all the stress that I'm feeling for money.
for all the stress that I'm feeling for money.
I'm really sorry
I'm really sorry
for creating the stress.
for creating this stress.
Please forgive me
Please forgive me
for not letting go of the stress.
for not letting go of the stress.
Thank you
Thank you
for giving me the courage
for giving me the courage
for now letting go of the stress.
for now letting go of the stress.
I love myself
I love myself
the way I am,
the way I am,
in spite of the stress.
in spite of the stress.
I love my life the way it is,
I love my life the way it is,
in spite of the way the stress is.
in spite of the way the stress is.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll say I love you looking there.
I love you, money. I love you, money.
I love you, money. So this simple exercise of Ho'ponopono, right now, as if people did it, should make them instantly feel relaxed with that stress levels.
Okay, I hope you guys did it along with us. And for more, there are links below. They've been kind enough to give you free access to their first class on money. And I really think it's going to be the first step towards a long
Changing
life
your
of
money.
financial
Hopefully.
freedom.
Yes, yes.
And I hope this podcast helped you. And thank you so much for coming, giving us the time. And let's hope that we've really impacted and people do this 30-day challenge and really sense the fruit of financial freedom and abundance when it comes to money.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you
really
so much.
appreciate
Thank
it. And thank you for watching, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We hope this episode added value to your lives. Join the Realign movement. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next one.